It's December 15th, kind of winter time. Me and Nick are out on the river fishing. Water temperature is 30, it's a balmy 36 degrees. We're hoping to catch us a big old blue cat. See what happens.
I mean, for the money, these pen squalls are cheaper.
Those are good reels.
Yeah, and they're cheaper than those averages.
That's what, there he is, bud. Got one to fish on.
Decent.
That might be a good catfish.
Not that big. He's pulling hard, but
You wait. That water's cold, dude.
decent.
We'll see. I'm gonna close up some of your stuff here. So,
Yeah.
bring him in the boat. Hey, let me be your net man. Because I like doing it. Yeah, that's a better fish net. He hammered it. Oh, there's one over here too. One over here too. Now we got trouble. We got them on both sides. I don't even know what to do. I'm gonna leave you a minute while I hook this one if I can. You got a good fish, bud.
Yeah, I think he's a lot better than that.
Yeah, that water's cold, man. Oh yeah, bud. Come on, bring him up there. Easy does it. Let's slap out so they go in the net.
I'm just really back on that drag rod.
40-ish to 50-pound
I'll
fish.
find out. I'll get the bogeys out of me.
You got one over here too.
Huh?
There's one biting this rod.
I don't care whose rod it is.
I'm just saying, there's a bite over here. I'm just waiting for him. That's a nice one, bud.
Would you call me tits?
There you go.
Come on, ready to quit.
Hold on a second.
What do we got?
Oh.
Hang on. Get it, Ryan, get it.
He's not quite ready. Give me a slime picture.
Yeah.
Bring him. There you go.
He's rolling off the grips.
You got to embrace the slime, buddy. There you go. That's a good photographer about how we got into it. So. Good job, dude. Well, I don't know what happened, but when I shut that camera off, that was the last audio file that we got in any of these video clips for the day. And we had a really amazing day, so I didn't want to just discard the footage that that we had, and decided to just put in a little voiceover here to kind of go along with it. So this was our second fish of the day. He's just a little guy. Matter of fact, I think my main job on this December day was to clear out some of the little ones so Nick could catch some of the bigger ones, because he managed to come across a couple really nice ones. So anyways, caught this little fella, our second fish of the day. We had really good luck out of this. I think we caught 4 fish out of this one spot. We pulled in there and scanned it real close on the way in, and it was just loaded with all kinds of different fish life. Some small fish that looked like shad, some bigger fish that looked like carp, and then some fish lurking around towards the bottom that kind of looked like blue cat. So we hung out here for a while, and as the day progressed, we started smiling more, laughing more, telling more jokes, and doing more high fives, which is, in my book, the mark of a great day outside fishing with a buddy. the bite that we were getting was really light. It was so strange. You can kind of see that rod tip bouncing just ever so slightly. They would just nibble on it for a while. And I think Nick determined that this fish was moving towards us with the bait and reeled down on it. But he caught it. It's a nice one. I'm not sure what kind of banter we had going back and forth here. Who knows? Yeah, that's a good fish. Little high five action there, some smiles bringing that one in. I think that one weighed about 15 or 17 pounds, so um, it was a good fish. It's our third fish of the day out of that same spot. I've got some of the pictures I took off the phone I'll share here at the end of the video, but that one was biting pretty good. Got him. Fish on. Love that feeling. That's our fourth one out of this same little hole. I'm kind of curious what everybody else's experiences are, but we don't normally catch. I don't normally catch a whole lot of fish out of one spot. Maybe maybe two. Oftentimes just a single fish and then move on. But they were kind of stacked up in here in this cold water, and this particular spot's pretty deep actually, so it's not surprising, and it's got a nice slow back eddy. It's kind of off the main current, so. Anyways, reeling in I don't remember that. This one was smaller than Nick's second one. I think this one weighs about 15 pounds, but it's a nice one too. Gotta love having a net man in the boat. I like being the net man actually. I like netting those fish. I always have a good time doing it. Laugh and cut up, a little back slapping going on there, so that signs of a pretty good day. I was proud of that little fella. Oh my goodness. I had to hold him up in front of the camera and say some words. Who knows what it was? Probably how pretty he looked. This is kind of cool, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to try and save what I had of this video and publish it. We went into this spot and we marked a bunch of fish in there, and we nosed the boat up on the bank, which is kind of over on the right side of where we're at, where I'm pointing right there. And we didn't catch anything. And on the way out, we marked just a ton of fish, kind of in the middle of this little backwater eddy. There's a little sandbar hump that comes up in there, and man, it's still most of the water in there's 18 or 20 foot deep, and that little sandbar hump goes up to 16 or 17, and there was just fish all the way across there and onto the channel on the other side. And so we tried to spot lock on them, and we didn't have a whole lot of luck doing that with that real light bite that we were getting, and the back of the boat moving around. That just didn't work out. So we sort of devise a plan here, and we relocate the boat. I think we end up kind of moving back over the top of the fish and scanning them again, and then repositioning the boat over the majority of the fish, a little bit to the right, on the port side of the boat there, towards the bank. So we get kind of repositioned where we can fan our baits out kind of across the whole area where we mark the fish. And we get anchored up in there with an anchor on the front and one on the back, and kind of get positioned in there and get the boat kind of locked in this backwater eddy where we can really sit tight in there. And this is us scheming on how we're gonna do it and kind of give it a try. And it worked out, which was cool, as you'll see here in a little bit. That fish hit that rod like a freight train. So that one, that was one bite we had on this day that was not that kind of light nibble bite that we were getting so many of. He just nailed it and folded the rod over, which was awesome. Prior to that, we had a number of bites. I missed a couple of them. If I'm honest, I kind of botched up one of them especially. I went to reel down on the fish, and when I went to grab the rod, I pushed down on the rod accidentally and put some slack in the line, and the fish immediately dropped it, or the hook came out. But anyways, this fish really hit hard, and Nick did a good job of bringing him up here. And this is Nick's second really nice one of the day, and I think these two fish combined were like 70 pounds of blue cat in these two fish. And with the other ones that we caught, gosh, I was so stoked up here. I was so happy, both of us were, that we kind of been scheming on how to move on top of those fish and get set up on them, and to catch one, and to catch a real nice one like that was just kind of icing on the cake, to be honest. It felt like we had kind of it felt like we'd done something there, which, I mean, we caught another fish, but we put a little thought into it and got set up on them, and it all worked out. So anyways, Nick's second fish here, 70 pounds worth of blue cat that he caught, and I think a little over 100 pounds of blue cat that we caught on this cold, kind of cold day in December, out of 36-degree water. So I don't have a whole lot of days like this on the river, if I'm really honest. So it makes them really special when you can go out and catch 3 or 4 or 5 fish and have a couple of good ones in there, and spend a day outdoor with a good buddy, running around on the river chasing these things around. So, if you do any catfishing, especially for these critters, it takes some work to do it, catching bait and towing the boat around, and sometimes places to stay, and but it sure is fun. And I feel really lucky and really fortunate that I'm able to do this and have some friends that like to get out. I got a couple of different friends like to get out and chase them around with me. So I hope for any of you that followed along this far, that this video is not totally cringeworthy. I'm sure it is a little bit, but I just hated to waste this footage of such a great day that we had catching these big old pretty blue cats. And here's me getting Nick extra slimed up taking these pictures. He's grinning and doesn't seem to mind too much. So congratulations on a great day of fishing, Nick. You reeled them in, buddy. Well, I hope all of you have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas, and you're able to spend a little bit of time in the outdoors soon. Until next time, we'll catch you later.